Stay tuned to see why these bacon burnt ends are called meat candy and the best bite in barbecue. Here I have about 4 pounds of bacon from my homemade hickory smoked bacon video. We're going to cut the bacon into chunks about 1 inch by 1 inch. Now move the bacon chunks over to a pan for seasoning. Here I'm going to cover with a coating of honey barbecue by Meat Church, followed by some Holy Voodoo, also by Meat Church. And then toss everything together. If needed, add more seasoning and continue to toss. At this point, I need to get the smoker going. My goal here is to sit around 275 for the cook. For the cook, I'm using a sheet pan without a cooking rack so the pork can compete in its own fat. Remember, the bacon is already smoked, and we are working on texture here more than anything. If you were to put it on a wire rack, you would be missing out on a lot of the tenderness and the pork flavor. Alright, it's time to get our bacon burnt ends on the pit. Remember, we're going to be cooking about 250 to 275 for the entire cook. After a few hours on the pit, check for tenderness. The fat should feel like warm peanut butter. If it's still hard, leave it on for another 30 minutes, up to an hour. Once tender, pull the burnt ends off to be sauced. I am separating mine into 2 different sections to be sauced differently. Here you can see the juice that these burnt ends were allowed to cook in. Without this, they would dry out and the meat would become tough. The first sauce I'm using is a Carolina Reaper sauce from burnendsauces.com. The rest of the burnt ends are just going to be covered in classic Sweet Baby Ray's. Go ahead and give these a quick toss. Once tossed, back on the pit they go, about 275 for 30 minutes to let the sauce tack up. Alright, voiceover for me is gone for a bit. Just pulled these off of the pit after giving them some sauce and letting them tack up. We have the Sweet Baby Race here, and then we have the burnt in sauce, Carolina Reaper sauce on this side, so let's give these a try. Seems to pick one apart, they start falling apart. That is very good. Picked a very fatty piece, so we'll give another piece a try. That is good. Now it's gone. Now it's going to try a piece with a lot more international fat in it. I've heard a lot of people say they found the best bite in barbecue. No one has said that about bacon burnt ends. This right here might be the best bite in barbecue I have ever had from anywhere, made by anybody. Definitely give this a try. If you have the time, you can find the pork belly, you have the smoker, definitely give it a shot. I don't think it's the sauce that made it, so let's give it a Sweet Baby Race a try. Yeah, definitely everything rendered down perfectly. The brining process, took the moisture out and then let it comfy in its own juices while they're smoking in this form. Worked out beautifully. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button.